For a better you this morning, an accomplished athlete who went on to train other athletes is now helping bring out the athlete in all of us. Our guest is Vaughn Bethell, CEO and founder of Performance QSA. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me, Myra.
Sure. Could you tell us a little bit more about Performance QSA? What does QSA stand for?
Well, QSA stands for Quickness, Speed, and Agility, and the performance came from when I finished school and when I graduated from Furman University, I started training a lot of competitive athletes. And most of them came to us because they wanted to improve their performance. So we said, obviously, they need quickness, they need speed and agility. So performance, quickness, speed, and agility.
Well, you let me come into your gym off of Keith Drive and North Pleasantburg Drive in Greenville yesterday. And why don't we take a look inside, because there are also signs of things that show that you know what you're talking about when it comes to being an athlete. What is that?
Well, that's my Furman jersey. Obviously, I graduated from Furman and played soccer there. And the one that you just saw was my Bahamas national team jersey. I did 2 World Cup qualifying stints with the Bahamas national team for basically Germany 2006 and South Africa 2010.
Well, that's great. And now we're looking inside your gym. Noticeably, not very many machines.
No, we only believe in one machine, that's the human body. Machines really isolate muscle groups, and our number one goal is to function as a whole and to perform what we call functional movement training. So people come to us because they want to look better, feel better, and perform better.
And you're trying to get everybody to think like an athlete.
Oh yeah. You got to change your mindset about what a workout actually is. People go in, they see a bunch of machines, and they think that you have to get on the machine to get a complete workout. Well, our workouts are mostly body weight, and we add some external resistance, but it's training the body as a whole. So you don't have to spend an hour and a half to 2 hours in the gym. So we've got to change our mindset on that.
And when it comes to training like an athlete, what do you mean by that?
Well, once again, functional movement training. We had to do things that are going to carry over into our daily lives, whether that's on the field, it's on the court, or even hiking on the weekends, or just trying to keep up with our kids or grandkids. So we have to train like an athlete to perform like an athlete. So everybody that comes into us, whether they're 8 or 80, we consider them an athlete. And
you were talking about eating like an athlete.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you got to eat for performance. It's like, I always use the car analogy. If you went out and bought a $100,000 sports car, you're not going to pull across the street and put in regular unleaded. You're going to put in premium fuel because you want to get maximum performance. The same thing goes for an athlete or how you want to function. If you want to get optimal performance out of your body, you got to fuel it properly. And
when people go into your gym, the first thing you do is you give them a baseline test to determine what level of athleticism they've reached, right? And so then that depends on what they can eat.
Exactly. So when somebody comes in, they perform our baseline test, and in that baseline test, we classify them as a level 1, level 2, level 3, or a professional athlete. And based on that level of performance, we got to fuel their bodies properly, because somebody that's shooting for weight loss is not going to be eating the same way as a professional athlete that's shooting for performance and optimal performance.
And you've summed up some of these tips in your book, which you've written. Tell us a little bit about that. We have a close-up picture of that, actually.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was selected last year in 2010 as one of the top 25 fitness professionals in the United States, and we were chosen to each write a chapter for this book. And when it was released in July of this year, it hit 5 best-selling lists on Amazon. So it actually worked out pretty good, but our chapter is focused on the secret to ultimate fitness and wellness, which is train like an athlete, our whole methodology.
And you're going to tell us a little bit more about that when we join you back a little bit later on in the news. Thank you so much, Vaughn Bethell.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Sure.